I expect House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and the MAGA Republicans in the House to always kowtow to Donald Trump and do his bidding. That is unfortunately a given. And over the weekend, McCarthy fell right in line, denouncing the Manhattan District Attorney as a, quote, radical, and saying that he is, quote, directing relevant House committees to immediately investigate. And yesterday, Jim Jordan and two other House committee chairmen went even further in a letter to Bragg, asking the DA to testify before Congress. Jordan made a weak attempt to justify this federal overreach into a local prosecutor's investigation. Take a listen.
President Trump announced he was going to run for president again. And suddenly here they go. Now they're coming after him for some alleged bookkeeping error. You've got to be kidding me. So we want to know what kind of federal involvement may have taken place here.
Joining me now is Congressman Eric Swalwell, Democrat of California. He's already shaking his head. And member of the House Judiciary and Homeland Security Committees. How you doing, Congressman?
I'm good. You look good in that chair, Michael.
Thank you, my friend. So, I wanted to start with your reaction to McCarthy ordering investigation of the Manhattan District Attorney. I mean, it just talk about, weaponizing government. What's your take on it?
Yeah. This is the worst reoccurring payment plan that anybody could be on. And that's the corrupt bargain that Kevin McCarthy is a part of, right? I mean, he has to dole out a new payment almost every day. He has to harbor the wanted international criminal, that's George Santos. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she goes on the Homeland Security Committee. Tucker Carlson, that honest brokering journalist, he gets 40,000 hours of sensitive security footage at the Capitol. And now he's got to do Donald Trump's bidding and go after Alvin Bragg, an independent prosecutor. And by the way, Michael, this guy, McCarthy, stood up a weaponization of government committee, and now he's weaponizing the power of government to tell an independent prosecutor what to do. It's not going to work. He's the most sycophantic speaker we've ever seen. And the voters, I think, the last couple elections have rejected chaos. And it's on us, Democrats and any Republicans who want to work with us, to continue to show competency and community.
So help us understand what federal funds Republicans are talking about in connection to local district attorneys' investigation. I mean, where does that money come from and how does that work?
Yeah, it would be zero, would be the amount of federal funds he's relying on to investigate Donald Trump. And this is not the only investigation, right? So what are we going to be investigating? Atlanta and the special counsel and wherever else Donald Trump is criminally and civilly vulnerable. Again, this is just a part of Kevin McCarthy's corrupt bargain. Now, stepping back, Michael, this is serious, right? This is a former president for the first time in the history of this country who may be indicted. And I would tell Democrats, this is no time, to cheer or rally. And likewise for Republicans, this is no time to commit, violent protests. Donald Trump, if he's a criminal defendant, deserves equal protection under law like any other defendant. And I trust that our criminal justice system will survive this if that's the way we approach it.
So we're talking about payments made to porn star Stormy Daniels, and they've been referred to as personal money. As McCarthy and others would say. Mike Pence said it feels like a politically charged prosecution. So why didn't we hear any of these complaints, do you think, when Michael Cohen went to prison for the same hush money payment, which I don't want people to lose sight of. I mean, all this talk about, oh, my God, you're coming after Trump. Someone's already gone to jail for the very thing that, prosecutors are looking at Trump for. So what do you see playing out here?
Well, again, it looks to me that this payment was made to protect Donald Trump from suffering an electoral consequence, which is, what the real issue here is. If it's not disclosed, as then it's a political benefit that he derived. But again, to me, the bigger issue here is, will we choose community or will we choose chaos? And community means that we believe that the rule of law and an independent prosecutor is how we try these cases in the public view, and that we don't undermine them because our guy who wears the same jersey as us is being charged or investigated. And so we're going to go and try and undermine that independent investigation. That's what the Republicans are trying to do. Democrats, I think, again, we have to just root and cheer for the rule of law. And that's where the American people are. The great big center right now is competency and community. If we live there, we will continue to be rewarded with the privilege of governing.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, I appreciate you, brother, very much. Thank you so much for coming on.